Alright, everybody, this is your boy Gabe Gold Diamond. I'm going to be talking about the new moon, which was just last night. I should have done this video a while back, or a few days ago, or the day of, but I did not. And I have to admit, I was not even thinking about the astrology of the moment at all. But this is what I'm going to talk about with the new moon being in conjunction with a retrograde Mercury. All right, so essentially, if you guys are into manifestation rituals during the moon phases, you realize that the new moon is a time where you are setting intentions. You are planting the seed in fertile cosmic soil to grow and reach a state of fruition when the moon is full, which is going to be in 2 weeks. So how does that coincide with a Mercury retrograde period where you're not really supposed to be doing any active manifestation? You're really supposed to be resting, reflecting, and recharging yourself, basically. You're not supposed to be actively working toward anything. Now, many times the timing of our lives does not allow us to stop and rest. We're in the middle of something, we have to keep moving. It may become a little bit more difficult to continue moving forward with a lot of your intentions during a Mercury retrograde period. The lucky thing about it is it's only 3.5 weeks long, and it'll be over before you know it. Now on my on Facebook, I did a live video talking about my personal Mercury retrograde experiences with a select group of people. I may do a video sharing that here on my Gold Diamond Astrology channel, but it's not even like it's really that private or anything. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I prefer to, I really wanted to speak, my intuition told me to make this particular video for YouTube. So, how does manifestation work if the day of the full moon is actually the first day of the retrograde period, Mercury retrograde period? Well, this is how it works. Basically, all it means is that your seed is going to take a little longer to grow. It's just that simple. It doesn't have the same cosmic support to have that direct motion momentum. So, essentially, when you plant your seed, it's going to be one of those plants that you're going to be looking at as like, is it growing? I'm watering it every day. It's not doing anything. And that's because it just takes a little bit longer for it to grow and manifest. And that's simply it. And the thing is, you have to expect that whatever it is you're intending, number one, it's not even going to reach full. It depends on how big it is. Because if it's pretty small, then it'll reach fruition by the full moon in 2 weeks. If it's pretty big, it'll probably reach fruition maybe in a month and a half. Maybe not exactly 1 month after, but maybe when the full moon after, maybe two full moons after the new moon is when you will manifest what you need to manifest. But in this case, because there will be a full moon during the retrograde period, it'll be a manifestation that's kind of like hampered in a way or muffled in a way. But it doesn't mean that your manifestation has gone south or is sour. It just means that the growth process is a little bit slower. Now, if you're reckless with your energy, then everything can halt. Everything can come to a halt. And also you want to be aware that if things do come to a halt, that you are able to, do the hanged man and surrender and reassess what you're doing, where you're going. Because Mercury retrogrades in Virgo and the moon is in Virgo, it really highlights what this period is about, because Mercury's going to be in retrograde almost as long as the moon cycle will last. Basically, it'll be maybe 5 days shorter than the entire moon cycle. Moon cycle is 28 and change days. The Mercury retrograde is about 21 days, and so it'll kind of coincide. So they're buddies together. So essentially, what you're going to be reviewing is going to be running alongside what you want, what you intend to manifest, like absolutely one to one. Now, of course, that's how the law of attraction works. You intend something, then the universe makes things pop up that correspond to what it is that you said you want to manifest. Obviously, but in this case, if you're doing manifestation rituals with the moon, it would be even more so. And the energy of the moon, which is the energy of manifestation if you're doing the ritual, and the energy of Mercury, which is the energy of review and rest and recharging, your review, your rest and recharging are going to actually be very intimately woven with your manifestation of your goals. It just may not manifest during that period. And you have to keep that in your mind, because if you hold the vision in your mind, it definitely comes to fruition. Because Mercury's in Virgo, Mercury's at home in Virgo, you're going to be learning more about the power of your speech. Mercury's in Virgo, you're going to learn about being more picky about who you're sharing information with, what kind of information you want to share, how to organize your life, how to organize your relationships, how to organize. I mean, Mercury is not Venus, so relationships really aren't. It's not. But you're thinking about it. The idea is how you're organizing your life. Well, how am I organizing my life? Let me think about this. That's essentially what you're going to be dealing with. And with the moon, it'll have an emotional component to it, which, and especially since Mercury is retrograde, which means you're thinking more along a right brain perspective, there will be a deeper emotional experience involved with that. So, but Virgo is not the most emotional sign. It's a sign that is very emotional, but it likes to cover up emotions with logic a lot. So the thing that you're going to have to learn how to do in this period is learn how to let both your emotions and your logic shine in your reflection. Meaning, like, as you do your own self, your introspection during this period, you're going to have to look at your needs, what needs you want met. That's what the moon rules. Moon rules your needs. Look at your relationship with your mother. Look at your Mercury. Like, think about what it is you want to get involved in and tap into. Be very selective, and also understand that this whole process is about cultivation. You're a seed, and you're cultivating yourself. And that's essentially what the whole Mercury retrograde / new moon is about. And when the full moon is in Pisces, it's going to be opposite Mercury. So that's even more of a bogging down of the manifestation. But don't worry. You need to celebrate your manifestation. It's almost like a kid says, I'm gonna make a clay sculpture, and it's like, you laud the kid's effort, but they don't have the skills or they don't have the motor skills or the conceptual skills to actually make like a statue of David. They make this blob, and that kind of may be how your manifestation comes out. Like, it'll be along the lines of what you want, but it may not be that statue of David yet. And you have to wait for Mercury to go direct, and definitely to get out of the shadow, the retrograde shadow, to really start seeing how that clay, that kind of, kid level clay sculpture really actually will enhance your ability to move forward with your other manifestations. So anyway, this is Gabe Goldine talking about the new moon, Mercury retrograde. We'll talk about the full moon when it comes out, and stay tuned for more astrology videos. All right, you guys, I love you. Stay starry.